Welcome guys to Tarot Predictions, and that will be your midweek reading. I will now shuffle the cards, and let's say that this is going to be a reading, 12 card spread. Each card represents the star sign. So we are starting with Aries, excuse me, first, and we will go on in the usual order of the star signs in the horoscope chart. Shuffle them. It's a bit of a mess I made here. Hello everybody, how are you doing tonight or this evening, whatever? By the way guys, just while I'm shuffling, if you do want to have a private reading with me, you can always purchase one at www.tarotpredictions.net, and as soon as the purchase is through, either you contact me through the contact form or I will reach out for you to the email that made the purchase, and we will schedule the appropriate time for both of us. This is basically how it works. Okay, so the first card representative of Aries, that will be the Lovers, and as a midweek for Aries, the Lovers card will represent nothing else but rather harmony and smooth flow of events, in a sense where they will have tremendous or kind of like flawless relationship with other people, flawless communication, and also this card kind of suggests that the disadvantages, or rather the bullshit that other people does, the shenanigans, are not going to be able to oppress you in the usual way how they're oppressing you. That being said, you will be a little bit more lighter about the approach of how other people are staring at you, or they're glaring at you, and this is very favorable guys for your career. Why? It is because you will be able to mind your business, and you will be able to do the things that are supposed for you to be done. Another thing with the Lovers about the career is that some of you, or maybe the majority of you, have to make a certain choice to a certain extent, because this card is all about choices when it comes to a career reading, and the choice usually involves the situation, what I have to do against what I want to do. So there will be a little bit of a conflict of interest here in the working place, or the choice of you need to make if you're about to start a new job. You need to know that if that's the case, guys, Aries, you need to know that there is no right or wrong one. I mean, it's either, it goes either way. I mean, you have to take however responsibility for the choice you haven't made. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you end up in unhappy, which is very unlikely with this card, unhappy position, this is because you are either greedy or you are either way too selfish. Talking about relationship, the Lovers card is obviously a beautiful card only for the advanced relationships. However, in just starting relationship or an initiation, I found this card to be proven not to be that great through my year of experiences with the cards. It is because, well, let's put it that way. It is because Aries says either you or the person you are committing with, if this is newly found relationship or it's just an initiation right now, they're going to be afraid, or you're going to be afraid how fast the things are happening, and that's why one of you can pull away from the other, and this is why that card is not very favorable for the starting relationship. Basically, the fear can ruin your happiness, and whenever that happens, whenever you see the differences between you and your partner, and it is normal to be afraid that you are with someone that is nothing like you are, and is nothing compatible there. However, this is what soulmates are. I mean, they make one whole, and if they are two same things, they can't make one whole. I mean, they have to be two perfectly matching opposites. So a little bit more understanding it's required from Aries in order to before they make the definitive step, should they make their relationship or should they not make their relationship with the Lovers card. For Tauruses, we do have the Eight of Cups, and that's a typical card, Tauruses, that despite of the circumstances, rather not very, I can't say pleasant, not very expected. I mean, you may be expected to be much further than you're finding yourself at here at the middle of the week. Despite those circumstances, guys, a brighter perspective is awaiting you a little bit further in your future. That being said, the card rather suggests that you need to make something different here, or rather like a situations which are not moving, and they are setting how it needs to be placed back in stir, which means that you gotta do something about it, guys. However, there are certain situations from those which you have no influence whatsoever. That's why we are drawing the Eight of Cups, which means that the only thing you can do from here is leave it behind your back and move on forward. Now, because we do have the mountains as a symbol in this card, and this is exactly what drags my attention, is that you will have difficulties along the road. I mean, the mountains are a symbol of difficulties. Most likely because it will be hard for you to find it to believe that once things are not, are not unfolding the way you are expecting them to unfold, they will kind of being fixed for the future. Well, they will be. It is just, it does not depend on you. I mean, someone else needs to do their job. That's first thing. Talking about relationship with this card, however, it's about forgiveness. This is the way I see it. I mean, maybe you have done something stupid in the past couple of days. Maybe your partner done something stupid in the past couple of days, and it's all about forgiveness, guys. I mean, you need to realize that what is done is done, and if you are sober about that, or if you are constantly bringing it up and raising it up as an issue, it's not gonna do anything positive neither for you or for your partner. That being said, you just need to leave it behind you and try to work it out from there. For Gemini, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is a typical card, Geminis, where you have to hold on for a while. Hold on, or in a sense where you need to seriously reconsider how much you invest for how much you gain, especially talking about career. Maybe you're throwing way too much from yourself, and despite of your heroic efforts, it's the results are not as big as you're expecting them to be. And this is because, as I said, you're throwing way too much, and you could be either exploit from people, or it is just the situation is as it is. I mean, it cannot be pushed as fast as you want to push it. That being said, guys, this card also suggests that at certain situations of yours, it is not yet to be decided what the outcome is going to be, which means that they're way too young to be determined. So if you are believing into the doom and gloom in your relationship, or in certain connection in your life, or in your job even, the time haven't came yet, so it can be decided either this is going to be flourishable thing, or it's going to be a disastrous thing. Basically, you need to wait a little bit longer, because the decisive event, the piece of information missing, is just behind the corner. That's why you should not make any conclusions. That's very vital here, Gemini. You shouldn't make any conclusions for your situations right now, but the only thing you need to do for next couple of days is to observe, guys. Observe your situation, make your analysis, and scale your effort, how much you're going to invest into those situations more accurately for the future. Because the only way why the things aren't happening, the only way why the things aren't happening is because either you're investing way too much, or you're investing way too little. And this will be different for every single individual. That being said, it depends on every single one of you how you're going to approach that situation. But if you want to know, this is about spiritual evaluation. I mean, you need to reevaluate yourself better, so you can analyze your situation better and see it from a higher philosophical point. The next one is for Gemini, and we have the world. Big conclusion in your life is coming probably in the next couple of days, guys. And this card only suggests how you need to face it. Is it gonna come? Yes, that's most definitely with the with the World card, but you need to face it open, you need to face it honest, you need to face it with a sense of self-righteousness, and you need to face it in a way that, how can I place it in words? This is the peak of experience. I mean, you can't get it any better. And if you're not satisfied with the results, don't you worry. New perspective after that emerges very soon, because this is the end of the fool's journey. This is the end of the journey of soul. I mean, that card. And as everything in universe is a constant turnover, I mean, the energy doesn't lose itself. That's why this is also a turnover, and the next step into your life is basically a new perspective, new goal, new project, guys, new job. So this ending here, or kind of conclusion with the World card, doesn't have to be a bad one. It doesn't have to be a good one as well. It could be something very neutral, and because it's neutral, people could accept it very differently. However, the World card again rather implants more positive outlook toward the situation. Let me tell you that. Let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say that you have you love someone for quite a while now, probably a couple of years, 3 years. This is just an example, guys. And but you haven't explained that to them. They're unaware of your feelings. They're unaware of your emotions, and you are basically sick of it. And at least you would like to know how the things are gonna go further. And in the next couple of days, you're gonna make your confession. Should that happen or should not happen, or that depends what your next perspective is going to be. But the thing is that the end of this suffering, the end of this loitering about expressing yourself is coming. It is over now, and you will know what the next step in your life is. This is what the World card is all about. It's neither positive nor negative. It's about making progress with our personal evaluation, with our personal path here. And this is what is going to happen in the next couple of days, guys, for you Cancers, and it will be a major step in your life. So look around yourself, guys, look around yourself for the signs that the universe is giving to you, because this card is also highly tightly connected with the signs of universe, because the thing which comes to a final conclusion could seem very meaningless, and after 2 years something big could happen to you, and when you roll back the tape at this very date, you are about to see that it was not as meaningless as you thought it is. So everything that happens to you Cancers in the next couple of days will be very important. This is Cancer, guys. Okay, so the next one, that will be Leo. And for Leo, we have the King of Swords. So Leo, that could be a man that you have to interact with in the next couple of days. If it is that's the case, I do believe that this is about career. And oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah, excuse me. That was for Cancer. I mean, the World card was for Cancer. Okay, so Leo, if that's a man and it is about your career, this man is going to bring a change into your projects. What I mean, that through change that this guy is going to bring you, the projects are going to have a certain success. A very good analyzer, a person who really knows how the business works, in a sense of that, very accurate with his decisions, and with his perception about things around surroundings, and um, about what steps needs to be taken after that. So that being said, that could be an advisor, it could be a counselor, or it could be basically your boss making demands in a way that they don't look like their demands, but he's making them in a way that they look like a very argument supported claim. Okay, and you will basically find no logic to dispute these arguments. So what this person wants is to see the project done. I mean, it isn't about you, but somehow you will be in the center of these events. if this isn't a person, then that card speaks that you will be given a big responsibility here, which you can prove yourself worthy to take on a task that requires, that will give you quite a lot of authority. Okay, so it's all about you laying yourself for the future, kind of like laying a certain foundations for your future into your career. It is very important here not to rush your decisions. It is very important to try to see the situations from each side of the views, and so your judgment at the end and your decision could be logically accurate. This isn't about emotions. It's not about how you feel at your work. It's not about is people are treating you wrong or right. It's about how accurate and how professional you are taking your personal choices, taking the choices and approaching certain projects in your career. Talking about relationship, the King of Swords rather speak for physical attraction. So if you are in a relationship, guys, you probably will have exaggerated physical connection with your partner during the next couple of days, which speaks for more sex, it speaks for more keep in touch, it speaks for more contact. If you are single, that card shows that someone will make you in the next couple of days, either you or someone is going to make you under an impression physically. I mean, very handsome person, someone that really stands in front of the crowd, but there will be no emotional attachment, at least not at the start. So how you're going to approach that person if you are single, that depends entirely up to you again, Leos. It really at the start, that could at the start of this advertisement, that could be very well be a friends in benefits. Okay, just so you know. Okay, so Virgo, after that, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. And rather for the next couple of days, Virgo, things are gonna happen very well for you. What I mean is that certain success will happen into your business, certain success will happen into your career, into your relationship. More personal freedom will be granted into your relationship. Actually, you will have the luxury and the freedom to express yourself just as one is, which means that if you are kind of like oppressed by your partner in the next couple of weeks, he or she whatsoever will have no influence upon you, and you can show yourself as one is again. Now this card speaks, guys, for abundance. This card speaks for one made a note of a past mistakes and avoided such mistakes in the next couple of days. Also speaks for someone who implants previous experience into ongoing projects, showing themselves quite valuable asset either to the company they're working at or to the relationship they are in. So Virgo, yeah, these are good newses, guys, and I don't know how long lasting, however, this state is going to be, because this is a highly solo dependable card. What I mean is that it depends how long this good fortune will last, depends highly on your personal performance into your situations. So into your career, yeah, you will have the success. Probably you will have the maybe a financial injection, like a bonus, money beneath the table, you know, these kind of things from your boss or from your company. But the thing is that the negative side here is the amount of work, the load of work, of labor you need to do, and it will be quite a lot. And when you devote yourself into it, I mean, you will have time for only one of these things, either your relationship or either your career, and you have to make your choice very smartly. And the choice needs to be orientated to the area of field in which you are feeling yourself more comfortable and more profitable, in a sense of how many more fruits of your labor can be reaped from that place. Okay, so for Libra, that could be a man approaching you, guys and girls, person who has a big plans for you, person who has certain agenda he just doesn't explain it very well. I mean, he shows you remnants from what he wants to do, and you find it very brilliant, if I might express myself that way. However, with this card, there could be some surreptitious actions that this person may take moving in the future, so you need to be a little bit careful how you're gonna recognize him. He always have a positive attitude, and he's trying to boost the attitude and the mood of others, so for the benefit of his own personal goal. Most likely career orientated. If this is about a relationship orientated, you have to be careful with your partner, because your partner may have some hidden goals, or kind of like he's trying to make you do something without you even realizing doing it. This is what I'm trying to say here. For those who are singles, Libras, that card suggests that you will require challenge in the next couple of days, or rather like a challenge will come in two ways of varieties. Either you could be the challenge, or you can be the challenger. Okay, so it does depend on your personal situation. Now, if you have been challenged in a sense, you spot someone that is a seemingly with a higher standards than what you usually go, but you will say for yourself, well, the hell with it, I mean, I do deserve better, and you can try to chase him or her, for example. You need to know that this person, it's kind of like he or she likes attention, so you shouldn't drop the attention off the table when you interact with them. I was this. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Now let me shuffle, and we're going to Scorpio. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, my nose feels finicky, and that happens 20 minutes before I start live. I don't know what's going on. It isn't cold, it's just I think something is noxious in my nose. Probably I inhaled something, and now I'm sneezing. Okay, so it could be, I don't know, Brittany. As far as I know, I don't have any allergies. So for Scorpio, the next couple of days, guys, the Hermit card will go under. They first could be a little bit more emotional than usual, and emotional because basically the card shows that you have found your way into something. Okay, maybe you have found your way into your relationship, maybe you have found your way into your career. However, your way will require careful analysis. What is important here to do, guys, is to withdraw yourself, especially from the ideas of others. I mean, the last thing you want around yourself is people telling you what to do. Same thing goes for a certain rules set. I mean, you need to free yourself, liberate yourself from rules and ideas of others, so you can accurately choose your next direction. Now, next direction of yours, I mean your next destination, may not be approached directly right now, but it will be fixed for your future in the next couple of days. That means that you have to be very true to yourself as well. True to yourself in a sense, what you really want. I mean, what you really think you deserve. What, Scorpio, you think that is gonna make your life better, is gonna make you happy. And again, next couple of days, guys, needs to be spent thinking and contemplating about that question. That question should be the most important thing for you in the next couple of days, and after that, the decision, or rather like making up your mind, needs to be definitive. because there will be no turning back and making up again. I mean, whatever you make up on your mind that is going to make you happy, that is, it is your thing, it is your fortune, it is your future. This is your striving after that. I mean, you're going to strive toward it in a certain period of your time, and at a certain point it will be a slogging. At a certain point it will be a difficult for you to move on and to chase it. But regardless of that, once you set up that thing, it's going to stand there hanging in the darkness, for example, and it will be the light that shines for you, which illuminates your path moving forward. And anytime you, Scorpio, feel yourself lost, you remember your goal, which is gonna guide you through the midst of difficulties. Coffee? I don't think so, Kimberly, because I made myself coffee just before I start this, and maybe it's just my nose, it's more sensitive than usual, I don't know. Glad to hear that, Dave. Okay, so Sagittarius comes next. For Sagittarius, Seven of Swords, typical card of standing with strong spine, demanding your, or kind of like displaying your demands, conquering situations through creating storms, which means that you will not be the quiet one anymore. And under the quiet one, I want to tell Sagittarius is the Temperance card in the tarot deck. I mean, it's ruled by the Temperance, and my father is also a Sagittarius, and I could say that he's rather humble person. What I mean is that he is in peace with what is going on ever so often. It is more like he focused to the next thing after one finish, either good or bad. But this is not going to be your case in the next couple of days, guys. You're about to spot that you have been mistreated, or you have been lied, or even you have been abused in a certain way, you have been taken advantage of. And what you're going to do, God help those which did that to you, because you're going to stand with a strong spine, and you're going to basically, well, annihilation is not the word that I'm searching, but you are about to get what you have been owned, if I can express it that way. That being said, into your career, guys, if there are colleagues of yours which are trying to sleep you down the slope, if in your relationship there are third party people trying to make obstacles in a sense where the relationship cannot hold on anymore, these people will not succeed. Just on the contrary, I mean, you Sagittarius are going to spot the or kind of like foresee the weak spot in either your career or your relationship, and you're going to fix that. You're going to take a precautionary measures, guys, not to be lied again, not to be taken advantage of again. But first and foremost, you are reached to a realization in the next couple of days. There are certain activities you are attending to are not yours to be attended to. I mean, they are battle of others, and you're just a pawn in these activities. And you don't want to be that way. I mean, you need to focus on your own personal benefits rather than to work for the benefits of others. Which means that you Sagittarius needs to start thinking for yourself first here in the next couple of days, than for the others at first. Or you need to start thinking for yourself and your family. Under for yourself, I mean for yourself and the things you care about, okay, rather than for others and to try to look good in front of others. Looking good is not gonna feed your family. Looking good is not going to bring you authority. looking good is not gonna win you rewards. No, I mean, working for yourself and for what you really care for is going to bring you those things. Okay, so after that, we are going to Capricorns. In Capricorns, next couple of days are going to be a little bit difficult. A lot of patience will be required from you. Now, this card usually marks a situation just before a certain initiation, so one thing can be put to a closure, one thing can be dealt with, one thing can be set behind your back. The thing is that if you are not patient enough, that's what's going to happen. If you're not patient enough, Capricorns, and you don't meticulously construct your approach, you will make a mistake, a big mistake along the way. I mean, you're so close to completion, guys. You're so close to finalize that noxious thing and that actually bothersome thing, and to leave it in your past that you can't imagine. And if you right now lose your focus, you will have a lot to lose. Okay, and under a lot to lose, I mean a lot to lose. I know it was hard by this card, you have come a long way, but right now it's not the time to drop off your guard or to drop off your acute sense of how the things needs to be done. I mean, you should not relax in the next couple of days, is what I'm trying to say. Talking about your career, guys, that card could mark a near completion of a project, or a near completion of a deal, or a near completion of an issue in between you and your colleague, and you need to kind of like stand your ground. You need to guard your boundaries. You need to demand what you have been demanded right now. I mean, just because it's near completion, just because it will be over soon, you should not be agreed to anything that is presented to you. That's one thing. Talking about relationship, this card shows that, I mean, God, you will have a lot of patience with your partner. Your partner will agitate you rather more frequently in the next couple of days, and just so you don't do anything stupid, you will look like or seem like you don't paying attention to them, and you don't make up your mind on them. So for the sake of the relationship going on further, and I think that this is the right way to be done. Those single guys, no improvement in the next couple of days, at least not with that one. The next one, that will be Aquarius. And Aquarius, Seven of Cups is for you, and you have to be careful, Aquarius, is in the next couple of days, especially toward promises that are given to you. Great promises, actually, celluloid promises. These are promises that are no backed up with any arguments or any proof that they are a reality. That being said, next couple of days, especially coming into your career, guys, be very, very vigilant to a deception. Don't believe a word if it is not supported by an actions, or by an actions, basically. In your relationship, this card shows that you may feel rather insecure of the future of the relationship, in a good and in a bad way, in a sense that 1 minute you may feel things are going great, I mean, this person truly love me. If you do have, doubts about it, and in the next minute you can think, oh God, this person doesn't love me, I mean, they're gonna leave me soon. I mean, you will have ups and downs in your mood, you will have ups and downs in your emotional state, Aquarius, in the next couple of days. And with this card, guys, I can strongly suggest that you don't make any major steps, you don't make any major choices, and basically you use the time to rather spend the time on your own. The way I see it, I mean, being with yourself only is something that is gonna calm down your nerves. because people are going to scrape down your nerves instead of calming them down. Now, one more thing about that card. Sometimes this card comes when the environment around you have been polluted, which means that there is someone unintentionally ruining things for you around you. And with that pollution, guys, you have to make a certain change, but you need to be uh, again very vigilant who that may be, because at this very moment with the Seven of Cups, the real person, or even if the real person is in front of you and you are aware of them, the real reason why he or she is doing that, it is not yet uncovered, and that's why you should not haste with your decision. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. And we have for Pisces Three of Cups. So next couple of days, guys, basically they will be wonderful. Into your career, you are about to see the unfoldment of your efforts, not the fruits of your labor, but the unfoldment of your efforts, which means that your efforts, or the things you are doing into your career, they will basically start working. And that being said, the plan you have created, the projects you have taken under your wing to work upon, they will start happening for you, and that will give you tremendous amounts of pleasure. This card suggests that you need to start spending more time among people. Why? Because among people, you will be able to expand your vision. For example, if this is about your career, spending time more with your colleagues, let's say going out to a pub after working hours to have a glass of beer, could give you brilliant ideas. I mean, if you discuss your things or they discuss your things with you, it's all about interactions, guys. But foremost, this card shows you that you not needs to relieve yourself from a certain emotions that you are keeping within you, which means that you need to start releasing your emotions, what you feel toward people, what you feel toward your boyfriend or girlfriend, or toward your family as well, outside, so you can show your true self in front of others. Next couple of days for you guys are going to be a days where you have the opportunity to make more friends, but also the next days says that the traditions needs to be honored, which means that the traditions of your creed you follow, either Christianity, Islam, Judaism, or whatever, needs to be honored regardless are you a religious person or not. There is something behind that. I don't know why, but I have impression from that card that this is going to be also a case. Okay, so that was the midweek, guys, Taroscope, and I hope that you find it helpful and you have enjoyed it. And if you do, please like and share the video so it can help to more people. If you happen to want a private reading with me, you can purchase one at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is written here in the post, guys. And as soon as your purchase go through, which takes only a minute, I will contact you, or you're going to contact me through the contact form. It depends, and we are going to schedule an appropriate time for you. This is the way it works. We're going to see each other, guys, very, very soon, and until then, I wish you to have a great one. Bye from me.